Hello, my name is Scott for SB Gaming, and welcome back to Transport Fever European Freeplay Edition. And last episode, we got the steel line fully up and operational, or actually might have been 2 episodes ago. We got the Dunwich station over here set up. I refined it a little bit more, and I put down these stations, made this a little bit more efficient, and yeah, about that. We have that line for the construction materials, that going over here to the steel mill, which has demand. It doesn't have any product. It's going to need product. Now, with that said, it is 1894. I did spend a bit of time, I'm not sure how long, off screen, spending a bit of money. We have $4.5 million in loans. And what I basically did is do a complete once-over of the various lines to straighten them out, flatten them out, to do the things I've kind of wanted to do smoothing. And so over here, we have this smoothed down. And this has been flattened a little bit. I dug this down. And yeah, like that. This is now smooth, so if you're riding on the train, you can see out the side. I also resolved this a little bit. I brought this down so it does not go up as much and then drop down. This was actually not as flat as I thought it was. I had brought it down. There was a little bit of slope, and so I rebuilt this so this is a little bit higher, which will of course help the trains going along this route here. And other than that, yeah, I did a fair bit of smoothing, spent a lot of money, and got to the end of 1894. This also got fixed. This no longer does the funky thing of going with a little bit of a roller coaster hill. It's flat, it's a little bit more efficient, and all of that. Other than that, we did have the town build off in this area. There's some buildings here. The town was trying to build a road this way, and it was building in this area, I think. As you can see, we got lots of houses. Really. Yeah, about that. Okay. That's a little bit annoying, just because... yeah, that's area that is not covered, and I don't really want to send any traffic down here. I just might have to tear this out. Looks like the town is developing over here, but other than that, Upton has really developed, and the town is developing over here. Interesting. But yeah, I had to reforest this area, put down some ballast so that it hopefully will prevent the town from pushing this way again. And yet this basically prevented the town from going in there. So yeah, I want to keep this as is. And other than that, one thing I've been thinking about doing, which will of course require tearing that out or readjusting it temporarily, is to... yeah, it's something I've been considering doing since I started the TFM line. I wasn't sure if I wanted to go from here to here and then a separate line up to Grays, but I decided to make it one single line and just have all the trains on the line. The problem, of course, as I mentioned in a on-screen note on one of the episodes, is we have a lot of, or at least we had a bunch of tools and machines just sitting here waiting to be picked up. And basically the problem is we got a lot of livestock and food sitting here that need to be hauled basically in this direction. Some of the food gets dropped off here, but livestock going over to here, and then we have livestock, there's nothing here right now, needing to go back the other direction. The problem, of course, is that if there's livestock going this way, livestock going this way, it's not going to be dropping off here, which means, of course, the trains passing through are not going to be picking up anything, and the tools machines are just going to sit there. So I was thinking about splitting the line up and having it come in here, this coming in here, but also having a specific express line going from here over to Westmoreland, and so it gives a more direct route. So we have, or we would have, a line running from here straight to here, utilizing this freight line, because I don't think I really want to bring a freight line in through here, and I don't really want to branch and connect onto here. This is a passenger line. I don't really want freight trains running through here. There might be an option to, say, bridge a freight line this way. Maybe. That's a possibility. I might consider it, but I don't really want to run freight trains this area. Otherwise, I probably would have built a freight station and had a freight station over there rather than over here. Although this makes the tools and machines convenient. I was doing some other things, including testing out a line for a express train that will eventually go from Westmoreland over to Southgate. It'll stop in at, I believe, not Askern. It will stop at Chorleywood before heading up to Northwich, once we get out in that direction. But it's been on my mind, and so I set that up, and this, interestingly enough, worked. It looks like it's just a one large bulk tunnel entrance, but you can see it's two, and it's just at the right angles that they kind of merge into one, which actually looks kind of nice. And so that goes off in this direction. It will, let's get rid of that. It'll come through here, cross over here, and I was trying to figure out where I wanted to bring it over. But the passenger line express train from Westmoreland Southgate will cross here, over to here. This is going to cost a lot of money, and basically into here. I'll probably bring it out here, and as an express train I will probably split this up. So one track is for the Westmoreland to Grays, quad track this will have to be readjusted, and yeah. So now what I would like to do, I kind of want to redo this, but I also want to do the, actually no, before we continue, what I would like to do, we are going to get this goods factory up and running, although it would require planks. We have sawmill here, we got planks here, or logs here. We also have logs here, planks here, but I really don't want to do that. Where else? We have logs here, logs over to here, drop them off, pick up planks, bring them down to here. Possibility. Although with that said, since I do not want on my steel line planks or logs to be ever picked up here, because I don't want the planks and logs to be shipped to a machine factory, we are going to add, let's see, we are going to want Westmoreland. This is going to be called Westmoreland Steel. Upton Freight, Southgate South. No, we're going to call this Southgate Machines and Tools. We have Dunwich Station Freight 1. No, this is going to be Dunwich Freight, Southgate Machines and Tools, Upton Freight. All right, we are going to want to stop off here, Southgate, so there. We're going to lock it to 3. We might as well lock that to 1, lock that to 2. And this stop on the way back will, of course, drop off construction materials, as we can see, although with that said, Looks like construction materials are getting picked up here. To go to Upton Freight. Nice. So I guess the construction materials either there or coming from there are somehow making their way there. Interesting. So Askern North, this is actually going to be called Askern Goods. We are going to force it to only unload here. So it will never pick up any logs that get distributed here. And since we don't have anything else we necessarily want to pick up here, that will force it to only unload steel or maybe construction materials if we bring it back this way, which we could. Then we can distribute them a little bit more efficient into... Now we'll not really worry about that too much. So I upgraded this or downgraded this just to platforms because my intention is to have an express line going that way rather than coming into the station. Alright, so I got that taken care of. So I'm going to hop back over to the TFM line, and I would like to change this up. This is going to require major reworking, because I'm going to want to upgrade this to actually 6 platforms. I might as well go up to 8. So how much room am I going to need? I'm going to need that. We are going to have to kill the bridge. That's no problem, since I do not think... yeah, there's nothing that uses the bridge. Oh, right. Let's let time tick. We're $1.26 million in debt. Let's borrow some money. Alright, so yeah, that's the first thing that has to happen. And now... Alright, I'm going to... Although any... Yeah, I'm not going to be able to get away from this. Alright, let's upgrade this to 8 platforms. Unable to align terrain, so basically, yeah. Let's tear out some of this mountain. What? Really? Okay. Unable to align terrain. Yeah, no kidding. Alright. Well, let's see if we can upgrade this. Where can it not? Is it trying to upgrade this as well? Let's use the... Let's try to upgrade this again. Can we go at least 5? Yes, we can. So the issue is most likely please tell me it's not trying to... All right. Let's bring that, force it flat. And let's see if we can upgrade this again. Yes, we can. Nice. All right, let's borrow 500,000. And so 8 tracks. Yes. I don't know if we'll ever need 8 tracks, but we have them regardless. Now, Small Country Road. No, we do not want a tunnel. Too much slope. There we go. Now, oh, nope. Let's let things run on 1 speed. Alright, we are going to need another truck station here. Yep. And that cash went pretty quick. There we go. Upton Machines and Tools. Line is back. Alright, so what I'm going to want to do, this line is going to now go into this far one, I believe. Yep. Now, I don't think I had to upgrade it to 6, but might as well. Alright, so bring this on the flat. Alright, we are going to need more money. Actually, we'll do that. Although we'll keep it in 90. And then we are going to want that. Yeah, this is going to require a ton of money. Let's just borrow. And is this at the same level? I think it is. This would be the best time to upgrade the bridge if we wanted to go up to 120. Although we may in the future want to go up to a 200, so we'd have to rebuild it anyway. Wow. Let's just borrow. Bother. Another 490. Sure. Alright. And I have a feeling our steel trains flip themselves around. Yep. And this line is basically going to have to barrel through the mountains. We're going to force it on the flat, unable to align terrain. Alright, let's just spend all the money. There we go. And as long as we hold down the mouse, we'll be able to keep spending even though we're in the negatives. There we go. Alright. Let's borrow another 500,000. Wow. Do I even want to do this? Yes, I do. We made $27.3 million last year on $12.1 million running costs, so $15 million. Not bad at all. And what's happening with this train? Okay, it's going that way. We'll probably flip it around. Now, we'll keep it on the flat. And because I'm pretty sure these are both on the flat. We'll just do that for now until we have things properly set up. Alright, so that can now go that way. Good. Now in here we are going to basically want to split this off. So we're going to have the TFM that stops in Upton basically coming in here, coming back, and then having this. This one we are going to want to probably see if we can get these bridges to line up. It's about there. And to about there. Although that dips down just a bit. To about there. And then we are going to want to bring this in. Let's just 20. Let's let it roll. There we go. And so we are going to want this to basically, for now, we are going to want this to cross over like that. And now, with the Westmoreland to Grays line, we are going to want stop number 2, which is going in that direction, to basically use platform 4. Then we are going to want the one coming back, Upton Freight. Yep, to use platform 1. Alright, perfect. Now, we might as well let things roll, because what we are going to want to do is let the trains run through. Although with that said, how many trains do I have on the line? Because I'm going to want to split these up. And actually, I might want to readjust some of the trains. I'm going to have 3 lines basically. One running directly from Westmoreland to Grays, a second going from Westmoreland to Upton, and a third going from Westmoreland or Upton to Grays. What I'm going to do is first this one here, train will come in and then go back out that way, although I want it to into this platform and then back out. This can't be a one-way signal. All right. We are going to set up 2 new lines. And we want the first one going from Westmoreland over to Upton. We want the next one going from Grays. Although, no, we're just going to go from Grays Freight to Upton. This is going to be that color, and this is going to be that color. This is going to be TFM Westmoreland to Upton. And this is going to be TFM Grays to Upton. And what we are going to want to do is TFM Westmoreland to Grays. We are going to want this to roll into, so that's currently going into platform 2. Let's have this go into, yeah, terminal 3 is fine. And they'll just do the cross. Over here in Upton, we want to ensure that it is going into platform 3. Although I am going to have it go back and cross over. Right here. Now, for Grays to Upton, we want it to, yep, platform 3 looks good for now. And then Upton Freight, we want it to roll into platform 2. Now, with that said, we are going to need to tear that out, take that out, and take that out. We are going to first put a signal there. We are going to put a crossover like that. We are going to need signal there, signal there. This is going to be a one-way signal, and the same with that. So now what should happen is this line will run into here and head out that way. This line will run that way, otherwise it'll go that way and then back out. We are going to need to actually tear that out. Any trains coming this way will, of course, readjust themselves. We'll have to reroute. So this one should. Upton Freight. Okay, yeah, you're waiting for the steel train. The steel train, we are going to speed her up. Once the train gets back to here, past the points, we're going to want to flip it around. Yep, I know. And flip it around. Now, what I'm going to want to do, I kind of only want to run boxcars from Grays up to Upton, Westmoreland to Upton. And with the Westmoreland to Grays, we're going to run just dedicated fuel trains. Although I might keep them stopping in Westmoreland. They'll be able to supply food or fuel into Upton. Yeah, I bet that. What I would like to do is take a look at Westmoreland, Upton's. No. Could not connect all stations. Dunwich Freight. No, Upton Freight. This, yep. And then Upton Freight. Lock that to 7. Dunwich Freight. Yep, stay in 4. It's actually the only one that you can use. Alright, Westmoreland to Grays, which is that line. Let's just take a look at our trains. Alright, so any trains that are empty at the moment. Grays Freight. This one is emptying out. It was emptying out. Alright, I'm going to switch this over to the Grays to Upton line. And apparently it has no path. That's fine. I will figure out that later. We are going to switch. This is heading to Westmoreland Freight. This is going to Upton Freight. This is going to Grays Freight. For now, what I'm going to do is force and unload at Westmoreland Freight. I want to switch this over to the Westmoreland to Grays line. There we go. And Westmoreland to Grays. We're going to turn that off of unload only. Alright, so we should have Westmoreland to Grays. Oh, wait a minute. No. No. Where did the train go? This train. No, Westmoreland to Upton. Alright, so now we have 4 trains on the Westmoreland to Grays line. We have 1 train on the TFM Grays Upton. And we have 1 on the TFM Westmoreland to Upton. Now, what I would like to do on these 2 lines... Yep, I'm going to only run upgrade PLM. We're only going to run goods wagons. 4, 5, 6, 7. And on this one, PLM. Goods wagons. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. How much is that going to cost? I gain 200k. Sure. And 325k. Alright, we are going to have to switch this train whichever one is no pathing. We are going to need this one to do something. Bother. Turn that off, of one-way signal. No path. Are there any other one-way signals? Yes. Just go. Although what I'm going to want to do, once it gets back over onto the other side of the tracks, we are going to switch it to head back to Grazed Upton. Unfortunately, fuel is being shipped onto the Grazed Upton line. Grays Harbor Freight. Wow. That's a lot of stuff wanting to go off in that direction. Alright, that has... Actually, flip around. You should be able to go into the proper... Speed it up. Okay, yeah. We actually only need to bring it back to here. This should upgrade. Let's repay. And... Alright. Over here in West Malling. Alright, so what I would like to do is clean this up. This is... Why is this heading back to West Malling Steel? Yeah, let's just let it run. We have $1 million, let's repay. Alright. So what I'm going to want to do is tear out... Yep, we're going to tear out this here. Yep, I know. And now we are going to want to make this more efficient. Alright, so we are going to once again... I'm going to probably want to clean that up as well. And we're going to tear this out. And for now, we're just going to tear this out as well. And we are going to have this run directly. What are you colliding with? Like that. We're actually... This line runs into this one here. So this one has to run into this here. And then back out. And then bring this like that. All right. Now we're going to want to signal this up. At this point in time, though, what I'm going to probably be doing is taking a break here. Yeah, we have a signal there. Actually, I'll put the signal down there. Yeah, put a signal there. One there. And if we put the signals in just to make sure. Yep. Throw a signal there. And I might as well clean this up as well. We're going to get rid of this crossover here. So I can bring this in a little bit smoother. Like that. All right. And so that signal there. All right. We are going to make this a one-way signal. That can't be a one-way signal. One way there, just to ensure that trains can't go back the wrong way. And other than that, this we're going to make it a one-way, and this we're going to make it one-way. Trains have to go back up that way. Over here we might as well do the same. Those are one way. All right, so we cleaned up Upton Freight. We expanded Upton Freight. Something I probably should have done before, but we did have to tear apart most of this mountain. But we do have a flat open space now, and I'm almost thinking I should just barrel this right through, just make this more efficient. What would it cost to just build? Oh, that's like nothing. Let's build it. Make that route a little bit more efficient. Yeah, about that. All right. Anyway, at this point in time, I'm going to take a break here, and we will continue off with more Transport Fever European Freeplay Edition in the next episode. That is one change I wanted to make to the TFM going between Westmoreland and Grays. I really should have made it two separate lines to begin with, just because of the quantity of goods that were going to be flowing between Westmoreland and Grays. I actually didn't expect so much food and livestock to go back and forth. I figured trains would drop off food in Upton, pick up machines and tools, and carry them onwards. I didn't expect that to necessarily happen. But we now have a line that will stop in Upton and go back the other direction, both towards Westmoreland and Grays. We'll have to add a few more trains to those lines in order to make those more frequent, so that our machines and tools line actually utilizes the stop instead of the current Westmoreland to Grays line. I might just have the line not run and stop at Upton. That'll of course force the machines and tools over to the two segregated TFM lines. And what I'd like to get to next is to run the coal, or not the coal line, the gondola line running up this way over here to Dunwich. We do also need to get this operational. I did set this up so that we can now drop off steel here. And so that's probably what I'm going to focus on next. Let's get goods produced in the next episode. Anyway, thank you for joining me for this episode of Transport Fever European Freeplay Edition. Thank you for watching. My name is Scott Frisbee Gaming. And as always,